Good morning, good afternoon, evening, depending on where you are watching this video from. This is the System Analysis and Design, Session 1. We are going to be using what referred to as the Queensland Payroll System, which is a case study that I'm showing at this particular point. Is the one that is actually going to help shape the need for us to study the system analysis and design. And we are going to see from this real life case study as to what system analysis and design is, why does it matter, why the different phases or the stages of system analysis and design are critical, and what are the repercussions whenever each of those particular stage is not undertaken appropriately. Now, one of the things that I would want us to familiarize ourselves with in respect to this particular case is a scenario where you have built a system, as was in this particular case, and the system went live, or in other words, it was deployed successfully. And months later, doctors could not get paid from that particular payroll system. And from the initial budget, the system ballooned into a $1.25 billion. And so we are going to say what may have gone wrong and what can we do to avoid such kind of scenario. And so as we think around system analysis and design, it's a structured process through which we are able to understand the current system. And it's by understanding the current system that we are able to then propose a system that either improves or a totally new system that replaces the existing system. And so our responsibility is to understand the entire process, right from understanding an existing system to planning and designing a new system, and a system that actually works and not a system that introduces issues. And therefore, as we are going to be undertaking this particular course, we shall be referencing this Queensland Health implementation project quite a number of times, because what happens is the Queensland Health decided to replace their old payroll system, and there was a company called IBM that was actually contracted, and they were to use SAP as the ERP system for that. The system was supposed to accommodate 85,000 health workers, and around 2010, it's when it went live. But what are some of the things that happened? And these are likely to occur with respect to each and every system that ends up being deployed. Staff ended up being underpaid. Some staff ended up being overpaid. Some staff ended up not being paid at all. As a result of that, to try and fix the issue, the company decided to hire over 1,000 extra people. Remember, this one was not in the original budget. And therefore, the original budget, which was 6.2 million Australian dollars, ended up shooting to 1.25 billion. And what is the sad story about it? The system was never fully fixed. And therefore, as we are going to be learning this particular course, we are going to be looking at what are the things that went wrong, what is the likely scenario if such an occurrence is actually going to happen within our case, and how then can we better do a system analysis, and how better can we design a system, whereas avoiding ourselves falling into the trap that the Queensland Health Implementation Project fell into. So with those few remarks, just take your time, read this particular case study. It's an interesting case study that we are going to see. Of course, it's not the only one. There are others that actually had a similar case. And as you go through this one, you are going to find them.